Welcome back to Skinny's Guitars. So what I have here is supposedly a 2004 Nash Telecaster that's had a humbucker added to the neck position. So this was the worst transaction I've ever done on Reverb. And I don't even know, I think 200 odd transactions on Reverb. I've sold infinite guitars on there and bought a ton of guitars as well. The buyer in this transaction was just a blatant liar. He told me the guitar was 100% original and that it was definitely a 2004 early build Bill Nash Telecaster, even though there's no identifying marks on it at all. Unfortunately, when I received the guitar, I was away with my family for a few days and I didn't get a chance to look at it till about 9 days, and that was 2 days after the Reverb return period. But usually, I don't have to take a guitar apart to realize that, that it's a total fraud. Usually, the sellers are very honest in that situation. In this situation, I asked the seller multiple times to remove the Pickguard, if he had any paperwork or anything, and he said he didn't want to disclose even the Fender Telecaster sticker on it. He didn't want to take the Pickguard off, and this wasn't the guitar for me. And so kind of insulted me a few times, and so I backed off. I left it alone. Comes back to me about a week or two, probably 2 weeks later, and he offers me at a low price, which isn't that low, but it was a lower price than something like this would usually go for. So me, an absolute Nash lover, especially early Nash guitars, I took his word for it. And, I figured I'd buy it and check it out. And if it wasn't everything I thought it would be, I'd return it. However, I ended up going on a quick out-of-the-blue trip with my wife that I wasn't planning on it. So I didn't get to look at the guitar until about 9 days after I probably should have, which stinks. But I had no idea that this was going to be the biggest fraud I've ever seen. Underneath this Pickguard is a complete disaster. I'll show you that. It barely even works, even though he said he played it every day and it's the best guitar ever, and he loves it. It sounds just like Keith Richards' Telecaster. But there's no marking on here at all that really tells me it's a Bill Nash guitar. However, I did take it all apart and I sent a lot of pictures to Bill Nash. So when Bill came back, he told me that the neck is definitely his, the body is definitely his, the bridge pickup, and the ashtray cover and all the wiring here is original. The only thing he said he wasn't sure of was this Pickguard and this humbucker. It's definitely not his. It's a Seymour Duncan that's signed by Seymour Duncan. I'll show you that as well. But yeah, I'll take it all apart and show it to you. So I'll also take a picture of all the stuff that if he had sent me a picture of this card showing the drastic amount of work done to it, I would have never bought it. But he decided to just not disclose this at all, and which is just unbelievable. I don't know how you do this to people, how you just completely lie. Now I'm long a guitar that is really not worth a whole lot when you see what's going on underneath the Pickguard. And Reverb, by far, has gotten just to be the worst. You can't talk to any of the customer service people anymore. It's impossible. You have to go through this stupid chat thing that as soon as they get all the information, they end the chat. And then if you go back a couple days later and say, hey, I'm just looking for an update, they just end the chat. No one calls you. No one talks to you. They send you blank, just basic email saying, sorry, we cannot do this because it's outside the 7-day period. But I get that. But this is total fraud. I wasn't even sure that this was a Nash. Thank God Bill told me. But this is a fraud. He didn't disclose any of the work that had been done or all the routing or anything. So they ended up, after about 5 weeks going back and forth with Reverb, which is I'm just so done with them. I'm not buying and selling any more guitars with those guys. I'm done with the amount of fees that I've paid them over the years. They gave me, after fighting with them for weeks, they gave me a $175 credit on a guitar that's a complete fraud. Like, I was blatantly lied to. And then I give my review to the guy. I gave him 1 star and said he was deceitful and a liar, and just be careful of what you're buying from him. Ask for more and more and more information. What do? They take down that review and don't give me another option to review it. So do they just hide bad reviews on Reverb now? So nobody knows what they're dealing with. Everything's just great on Reverb. It's just awesome now. We'll just take all your money. We'll take all your shipping. We'll charge you tons of money to ship it. And then when something goes wrong, like major fraud, you can't get in touch with anybody. You can't talk with anybody, and you just eat it. You basically eat it. Like, I'm eating this guitar. It's not worth a whole lot. It's great that he wanted to get it to near 7 pounds, which is close. I think it's 7.2. But wait till you see the work that was done to this. Like, it was just a major hack job by Making Music in Chicago, Illinois. Like, I don't even know. I don't even think they were qualified to do any of the work they did. So anyway, let's take it apart and see what we find with this. So this is the receipt, supposedly, of when he bought the guitar, Lauren Newman, from Making Music, April 9th, 2004. So this is pretty early in Bill's guitar making. He literally just kind of started relicking at this point. It says, 1 Bill Nash Fender Relic Telecopy, $900. That's about probably what it's worth now, or probably less. Let's take a look at the body first. Oops, sorry about that. It's pretty dirty. I haven't cleaned it yet, but it's pretty filthy. The layout looks legit. It's got Fender saddles and a bridge. I'm not sure what that pickup is yet. I'll have to take it out and look. I gotta ask Bill about this pickguard. I don't think it's original. He wasn't 100% sure either, but I'll send it back to him and see what he says. He also said he's like, I'm not sure about this relic work. He said that the arm wear looks like his, but not really the rest. But I have a feeling this guitar was really played out and saw a lot of weather. It's from Chicago, and yeah, maybe that's actual real relicking and not Bill's handiwork. Here's the fretboard, which, it's definitely a Nash neck. The frets are in pretty good shape. They're not completely beat down, but you can tell the guitar's been played. It definitely has some fret wear and some indentations, but nothing crazy. The nut is a complete disaster. Have to figure that out as well. And then there is the Fender Telecaster logo. Man, this guitar is really dirty. I'm gonna have to clean it before I send it to Bill. I don't want him to see this. It came with the original pickup that he took out of it. It's a Seymour Duncan Stake. So that is what Bill was using in the early days. He used a lot of Seymour Duncans in 2004. Okay, here's the back of the guitar. It's obviously got some major chipping going on, and a lot of spiderweb checking, to say the least. I don't know. I don't know what to make of any of this. I don't know if this guitar was refinished, but all the information about the original guitar, which would have been written under the body, has just kind of been routed away, which you'll see. Here's the back of the neck plate. Yeah, it looks like that was also relict. I don't know if Bill did that or not, but the neck has got some nice flame in it, but it's absolutely disgusting. So you could tell this guitar has been majorly played and just never cleaned. And there is there are the tuners, which are also pretty gross. Okay, let's take this thing apart and see what we find. Okay, I got the pickguard off the body here, and this is the routing that I was talking about that wasn't disclosed to me. You could see that it was crudely done. It's really rough in every way, especially along the edges and obviously in the body. It looked like they just kind of used a circular drill bit and kind of went to town on it. Really never sanded, and look along the edges here. It's all very, very rough, and it looks like it was never like finished almost. It was just routed out to, you know, make the guitar lighter and put the humbucker. There's a little bit of room there, it looks like, if you want to put the lipstick pickup back in it. But yeah, it's very crudely done and wasn't disclosed, and that's kind of the reason why I'm pretty upset about it, to say the least. So it looks like the humbucker pickup here is a looks like it's a Seymour Duncan that's also a Seth Lover model. Looks like it's been signed. I don't know a lot about these pickups, and I haven't really played the guitar yet. I plan on doing that later, but yeah, it looks like a legit pickup. I have the original pickup that came with it as well. But yeah, if you know anything about these pickups, maybe drop a comment, let me know. And here's the guard. The guard is like an anodized metal. So there it is. Okay, here's the work order that was included with the guitar when I bought it. It says install humbucker pickup, which is on order, in neck position, weight relief body to 7 pounds, that's the goal. Age the chrome cover, I assume that's the ashtray. Check output jack, which kind of works, it's a little scratchy. There's the pickup, strings. And it says route out body under pickguard to bring overall weight to 7.3 pounds. Route out pickguard for humbucker and relic cover, polished frets, restring. Yeah, so like I said, if any of this was ever disclosed, which he had the whole time, and I asked him for any kind of documentation, and none of it was disclosed, but if I had known any of this, I would have never purchased the guitar, to say the least. Okay, here's the bridge pickup. I'm not 100% sure what kind of pickup this is, so if you know, post it below or add a comment, because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's an original pickup, most likely a Seymour Duncan type of pickup, but I'm not 100% sure. Looks like it's got some little bit of shielding in the body there, like black shielding paint. And it looks like the wiring looks pretty original to me. From what I can tell, all of this looks to be original to the guitar, but like I said, I don't know. There's nothing written about changing the bridge or the bridge pickup or the saddles or anything. So I just assumed this was early Nash used stuff on the guitar, and it all seems to work and look pretty good. So I'm not going to mess with this at all when I restring it back up and play it. Okay, I got the control cavity off. You can tell by looking at the wiring for the neck pickup that it's all been changed. You got kind of the rubber heat shielding on there. You got some pretty crude work here, soldering work here. Unfortunately, I can't really make out any of the day codes on this pot, but it looks like there's some of the original wiring, the braided type of cloth wiring for the bridge pickup. I'm trying to look at it here. It looks like there's an 05 on the pot, which is weird because he says he bought it in 04 on the paperwork, so who knows? There's a good chance that he changed everything, or he could have just handwritten that receipt and made it up. There's no real details on it about the guitar at all. So yeah, I can't,
Okay. So I got the neck off the body, and this, thank God, is what Bill told me is his writing. He wrote spec, which means this was a spec guitar that he built for a customer whose name has since long been routed out of the guitar. It's obviously a Warmoth by Fender neck. He also wrote 6105, which is the frets that he chose. And in the body, which is also a Warmoth, that's his writing. He said the body weighed 4 pounds, 15 ounces. I don't know what the P was for, but that might have had something to do with actually the person who he spec'd this guitar for. There's no writing on the butt end of the neck at all. Yeah, that's about it. But thank God that Bill could recognize the body and the neck from his writing, which means that at least we have a legit Nash guitar, and an early one, when he was still building spec for certain clients. All right, here's the neck after I cleaned it up. Definitely has a lot of flame. You could tell it's one of Bill's early spec kind of orders with all the, all the flame in it and everything. It's got a red on the headstock and everything. Yeah, the neck, at least I know was spec'd and is legit, and yeah, it's really nice. I really cleaned it up because it was absolutely disgusting, but there it is. Okay, let's get some neck measurements on this poor guitar. Looks like first fret 0.82 and the 12th fret 0.85. Yeah, so pretty thin neck. Let's check the nut real quick, see what we got. 164, so pretty standard. Okay, I'm sitting here with the 2004, 2005, I don't know what it is, Nash TK-54. I like to refer it as the routed guitar. Let's do a little sound demo. I'm playing through a Fender Supersonic, just on the clean channel, and let's start out in the neck. Very crackly. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of overdrive in front of it. I'm using a Boss Blues driver, but it's been modified by JHS. So down the neck. Okay, now I'm going to put some distortion in front of it. I'm using the JHS Pack Rat and I'm in turbo mode.